Happy anniversary, Radio Cayman.
Did you know there are 13 approved private garages that can do your motor vehicle inspections? To see the full list of approved garages, visit www.dvdl.gov.ky.
I'm April Cummings with a quick recap of the day's top local stories. No new positives for COVID-19. From the 345 test results in since Tuesday, there are 18 active cases. All are asymptomatic. 63% of the estimated population of the islands has now had at least one COVID-19 vaccine. 53% have completed the two-dose course. Public health officials say there are now enough vaccines remaining to fully vaccinate 3,000 people before the inventory expires at the end of June. The Department of Environment is investigating reports of brown-colored water in Georgetown Harbor, and initial tests have ruled out concerns about sewage, and right now it's believed some type of dinoflagellate is at play. DOE says the investigation is still underway, and they're working with a lab out of the U.S. to see if they can drill down to exactly what's causing the issue. A 53-year-old West Bay under arrest suspected in the burglary off Birch Tree Hill Road in West Bay Sunday. Personal items were taken. Police say the items have been recovered and the woman formally charged with burglary. That is your recap from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
I'm Carsley Fuller.
I'm Dion Anglin.
I'm Shanda Gallego.
I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
Visit us on www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Radio Cayman.
Your voice, your choice, your radio.
Radio Cayman's Information Hour. Produced by April Cummings, Carsley Fuller, Dion Anglin, Shanda Gallego, and Felicia Rankin-Solins. If you see news happening, contact our newsroom, 949-7799. Radio Cayman News, the ultimate in news and information.
The voice,
the heart,
the soul of the Cayman Islands.
45 years.
3 beloved isles. 1 beloved station, Radio Cayman.
45 years young.
Happy anniversary, Radio Cayman.
For the health of it, Radio Cayman's premier health show is brought to you by
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years.
the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association.
Chlorodo bleach. Mildew, no problem. Stains, no problem. Whites, no problem. Sanitary cleaning, no problem. Chlorodo bleach has got you covered. Available at Foster's Food Fair in 2 liters and 1 gallon sizes. Pick up a bottle today.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Hello and welcome to For the Health of It. I will be interviewing Felicia McLean. It's going to be an oily night. Hello and welcome to For the Health of It.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to be right back after a word from our sponsors.
When you need a bleach to make your scene clean, get Chlorodo bleach for the ultimate white and the ultimate clean. Chlorodo clean is always seen.
The ultimate clean is a Chlorodo clean.
The Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, CICSA, is an association that brings all government employees together at the workplace, social events, and in matters of concern common to all civil servants. For more information on how you can become a member or to read our story, visit us on www.cicsa.ky or on facebook.com/cicsa.ky. CICSA, connecting, informing, and engaging our membership.
Refilling and transferring your prescriptions have never been this easy. Simply go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and follow the easy directions from your desktop, mobile device, or tablet. All you need to do is pop into Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor to collect your prescription. They're open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 till 6 on Sundays and public holidays. No waiting in line, no wasting your lunch hour, no stress. Just easy online prescription refills and transfers from the pharmacy that has been caring about your health for 25 years. Call 947-8900 to speak to a pharmacist or go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and make life easy.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Hello and welcome back. Yay! So we're going to be talking about emotional health because we are concentrating on mental health, even though the last couple of interviews I've done has been mostly about the vaccine. So we're going back to our focus. And so, Felicia.
Yes.
How can oils help with your emotions?
Well, oils can help because they have a calming effect. Citrus oils are happy oils. They're full of sesquiterpenes, which can cross the blood-brain barrier and give you a happy effect in the brain. They are good for helping you to get a good night's sleep. Sleep is related to your body handling stuff. If you're really stressed out and you're not getting sleep, well, then that just builds. So if you get a good night's sleep, and if you are calm and able to just kind of breathe through that moment, you will actually help those kind of emotions that you have. So oils can be used in many ways. I personally use Young Living, and I can breathe them in, I can rub them on, I can ingest them. Depends on what I'm trying to do with them, but I've got all the options up my sleeve, and I use all three to counteract issues that may be happening in and around me. One of my biggest ones that I swear by, and I probably told you guys the story before, I'm not even sure, is white Angelica. I'm a hospice nurse, and I found a couple of years ago when I first started with oils that I was just exhausted. I had no extra left in me when I got home from giving to my patients and my families and just the job in general. When I got home, I didn't want to hold my husband's hand. I didn't really want to be touched. I just wanted to be left alone all the time. I was just tired, generally fatigued, but not tired. I needed to go to sleep. Just didn't have anything left in me to give. And Dr. Rhonda Favano, I did a class with her, and she's like, you should really be using white Angelica. And white Angelica has the ability to one, ground me, and it also has ability of blocking emotions around you. So it allows me to give, but not give too much. And it also allows me not to take yours on. It's one of the oils that people use before like a Reiki therapy or a massage therapy to kind of help ground themselves and also help to minimize emotional transfer. And trust me, if you're like me, or like I was a couple of years ago, I was like, that is just hocus pocus. I remember one time someone sitting beside me, they kept putting their hand on my shoulder. And I was like, why do you keep touching me? And they're like, oh, I'm just transferring good energy, whatever. And I was like mad as heck. I'm like, I believe in God. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need any energy. I've got God. And that was just my lack of understanding at the time. Yeah. But I was really mad because I was like, how dare that person do that? But over time, I realized, when you walk into a room and someone's just had an argument, you feel the tension.
You do.
When you are watching someone pass and everyone around you is sad, you feel that emotion. And as we learned today in our emotional wellness class that we had at GAB, their wellness thing, which was a quite enjoyable one, your emotions affect you in different ways. So when you're sad, you start to cry. But there's also internal things that happen in our body to react to help our bodies to cope and heal through that emotion. And so you really do need to watch how you carry and take away the emotions that you might end up encountering, whether it be with your coworker at work, whether it be with your boss, whether it be with your spouse, whether it be with your kids. You will carry it, and then it weighs you down, and then it affects your health. And so white Angelica was like a saving grace for me. When I started using that, I came alive again inside. I wanted to kiss my husband more. I wanted to hold his hand. I had love to give. And it was weird because I didn't intentionally keep it away, but I didn't realize how much I was being burdened by all the other emotions that came with me because of my day. And so emotions are huge in my world, and especially where I work. And I definitely been recently getting more white Angelica. And just the other day for Nurses Day, I gave all the nurses a roller bottle with white Angelica and some Stress Away in it as a part of their Nurses Day gift, whatever, so that they could also kind of be guarded and protect themselves. We've got to protect ourselves in any situation, whether it's a hospice environment or just a regular work area. You don't want to be taking that home with you. Similarly, so we do our best not to bring emotions from the home to work. We've got to look at it and do it the other way. We tend to not protect our family as much as we protect our bosses.
That's true. Another thing that Carolyn brought up today and yourself in the class, which being a coach I know of, but I think about it's always worth it to repeat. We live in a world that's changing constantly. So change brings up anxiety. We are if you live in the Eastern District, so people who live in West Bay, they're kind of better, kind of jealous right now.
Just we love it.
But because of the traffic, we are coming to work in fight or flight mode. All right. We're releasing emotions. I mean, sorry, not emotions. Releasing
endorphins, hormones and stuff, trying to get going.
Because we're pissed off as hell. Okay. We're road rage, and by the time we get to work, we're wrung out. So we're in a mild state of
fight or flight from the time we walk through the door.
Yeah. So, you know, I bring this up so people can understand that everything that we do, we are setting ourselves up one way or another for our emotional, why our emotional health is so important. And I do the feelings kit. And like you, I bought it, and I said, this caca not real. It's not real, right? So it sat there for a while, I must tell you. I even emailed you and asked you for the YouTube video. You sent it, and I looked at it and said, you really just spent some retarded money, Tara. But I started to use it and use the Dr. Rhonda's book. And it started to make sense, and I feel better, and I use it. So I just bring this up to, you know, to say it does work.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like you take a pill and it's a placebo effect, whether it's in your head, it works.
Well, truth be told, at the end of the day, you know, our mind plays a lot into it. I tell this story, and sorry, I'm crossing over a bit, but I live in a world of life and death and whatever. So those are my stories that I can relate to the most. But I remember a patient one time when I used to work on the ward in the hospital, and she wasn't that old. She was probably in her mid-70s, and she had broken her hip, and she just said, I don't want to live like this. And she was like, I'm going to die. That's it. She didn't want to live like this. Tara, I kid you not, there was nothing wrong with that woman that she could not have healed, in my opinion. There's nothing that couldn't have done the surgery and healed and recuperate. Do you know she died in 3 days?
Of course.
She just didn't want to live.
Resigned herself to
Resigned herself to this was not a way she wanted to live. And I've seen just as much the same way people who fight to live and live longer than they maybe should have based on what the doctor has said because of that will to wait for that person to get there, to say these things, to go to a graduation, to see a child, whatever it may be, that will. And so our emotions and our mental ability plays. But when you stop and you take a moment to be present with yourself, with God, whatever it is you choose to do, you know, if you're stopping and doing your devotion in the morning and your prayer, then that lets you stop and be present. And in that moment of being present, you're allowing your body to slow down, to come out of that fight or flight, to set the mood for the day of which you want to have happen, how you want it to go, what blessings that you want. And so it makes a difference. The oils help to ground you, and the oils help to, you know, just calm your mind and stuff. But that moment, just whether you're using oils or not, if people take the time to stop and just be present for 5 minutes for themselves, like Carolyn was mentioned today, you know, whether you're meditating, breathing, praying, when you're breathing in and you're recognizing your breaths and you're recognizing where you are, there's a healing that happens to that. And then there's an intentionality of, what does Felicia want to accomplish today? You know, what blessings am I asking Christ for? Whatever it may be for yourself, you know, I choose to pray, and I choose to try and journal, and I want to journal. These are the things I'm praying for. These are the things I'm hoping for. And that sets your mind and your attention. And let me tell you, there's going to be a difference with or without oils. You know what I mean? Oils just for us make it a heck of a lot better because we know the benefits of essential oils overall for health and wellness and overall healing of the cells and that kind of stuff. And so it's just a bang for buck. But I mean, we don't take the time. The eyes open, and I don't know about you, but I reach for my phone because the alarm's going off, and it's like, okay, turn off the alarm, and then you start to scroll. and when do you stop? When is that moment? If you don't stop, put it aside, go and sit somewhere and have that moment. It doesn't come. You're never going to get it throughout the day. Yes. We don't have a lunchtime like they do in Spain or wherever it is that has that siesta time. We don't have any time to stop. We're just going for the rest of the day until our head hits that pillow again, and then we're out. Yeah. For some of us, because some then still can't sleep, which is unfortunate, and that's another issue that plays on your health. But yeah,
so let's talk about the plan. You have this outline of how we can, step by step, how we can start to heal emotionally or bring some awareness to it. If nothing else, start there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'd have to say, first and foremost, like we said, you want to start your day with some quiet time in whichever shape or form or fashion that works for you. Praying, meditating, and if you can get the essential oils, like you said, there's a whole kit that goes along with it that you apply at the start of your day to allow you to release. A lot of people don't realize the trauma and just not, I don't even say trauma, but the emotional baggage that comes with us from childhood. Whether our parents were hard on us or soft on us, whether we had an absentee parent or not, whether, you had more serious stuff like abuse that happened in the home, all these things, you carry with you to some extent if you don't release them. And that's part of that release that happens. It's like that forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of what's going on, and praying and asking for better. So you're starting your day like that. If you mentally can take 2 minutes, I don't even say 5, even if you start with 2 minutes, like my husband was telling me the other day, he's like, with my prayer, before you even get out of bed, before your feet hit the ground, pray for God's blessings and his will for you for that day. How, that's my choice, whatever yours is, whatever, but that's it. Just so you start that day. So even if you take 2 minutes and start the day, that's an intentionality that's going to happen. That's going to help to curve your day and your mind and what's going on. And then you want to look at, for us, we use the essential oils that'll help us to have, there's a feelings kit, which has some forgiveness. We need to forgive ourselves and others. Then you want that inner child. You want to get back to who you were so that you can truly embrace, who you meant to be in that regards. There is a harmony one, just having harmony for the day. Forgetting what the other ones. Release, yeah. So you're releasing anything that you need to get rid of. That goes hand in hand with the forgiveness. And then present time. It's just helping you yet again to be present in that moment because we need to be. And those are great ways to start the day to really ground yourself and be ready to take it on. And then, last but not least, valor, which is your courage. Oh my goodness. We were just talking and we were talking about valor basically could be your perfume. Valor is just like men of valor. It's your courage. So men full of courage, women and men full of courage. That's what valor does for you. So I use it on my kids. It's in their DIY perfume blends that they spray on so that they can have courage for the day to take on the challenges that will come. By all means, we can tell you all these things. It doesn't mean it's going to be an easy breezy day. You might walk into the door and the first thing your boss says is ticks you off and it gets you annoyed, but you're going to remember I've got the courage and I've got this valor covering me and helping me to stay grounded and focus and be able to take on the day. So it's an amazing kit. But I would lie and tell you if all it meant to manage a good, healthy life with emotions would be to apply some oils in the morning and meditate, I'd be lying. You also want to look at other areas in your lifestyle, in your life in general. So sleep being one of them as well. I'm going to jump to the evening. Having a good night's sleep is huge, as we learned today, and which I've known. Normally, there's a normal system thing in your body called fight or flight that happens normally when something bad happens. So if you had a bad day or if you had a deadline to get done, your body kicks into fight or flight state where it's going to flood the system with everything it needs, the endorphins it needs to actually be able to get the job done. But what we tend to have happen, and I'm guilty of it many days as well, is every day is a fight or flight. So you never really stop, which means you're damaging your body because it's not meant to stay in that extra push state. It needs to slow down. It needs to stop. It needs to rest. And it needs a good, 8 hours of rest, not the 4 hours most of us adults give ourselves or the 6 hours we get because we wait till the kids have gone to bed, do the laundry, do the dishes, do everything else, and then try to close our eyes to go to bed and still get back up before they wake in the morning. We've got to take care of ourselves a bit more and make sleep a priority in sense of taking care of our whole health. And there are essential oils that can help with sleep as well if people are struggling with that, to help to calm them, help to settle that brain. There, sometimes it's just the things to do and the to-do list that's going over in your head and how could I have done that differently. We need to learn how to shut that down and just be able to be in that moment and get a good night's sleep. And then there are some other things, supplements, which are huge. We are what we eat, believe it or not. And our emotions are going to run our body ragged most days. We're going to have ups and downs. There are stressful things that happen in life. Someone dies, you're going to be stressful. You have a bad situation at work. You lose your job, you're going to be stressful. Heck, we face with COVID and we're not sure a family member gets sick. You're going to be stressed. So we want to take care of our gut health as well and make sure our bodies are as healthy as they can be to manage to go through whatever life is going to throw our way. And so Young Living has a host of supplements, which I formally suggest and encourage people to take, because unfortunately now the soil that our grandparents had way back when to grow natural crops and even the organic stuff and all that good stuff doesn't have the same nutrients that it had years ago. We are depleting our earth of its natural resources in that regards, and it's harder and harder. So supplementing with other supplements like your vitamin B's, your vitamin D's, your enzymes, your minerals, all of those things help to make you healthy. Our body needs amino acids. Our body needs minerals for its natural immune system defense. It needs antioxidants. And we don't get enough of these things from the foods anymore, no matter how organic you get. And if you're like me, I can't afford a ton of organic. So that means I'm getting even less. So buying good natural supplements, and I say natural again because a lot of supplements out there like vitamin D's and E's are made in the lab synthetically. And so what happens is your body takes it in, but it can't absorb it because it's not natural. Young Living thankfully uses all natural supplements. So that means that my cells can actually take it in. And then what they do, which makes it even better than any on the market in my belief, is they add essential oils. And essential oils are fine, tiny little molecules that can actually help to get that into the cells. So my vitamin B and D to me are more efficient than the synthetic ones that I might have on there. And there may be others. I'm not saying they're the only ones that use natural vitamins. I've just not done the research on that, so I can't vouch for it. But I can vouch for Young Living and the quality and the standards of no pesticides, no artificial dyes. None of those things are added. It's a good, clean, non-harsh chemical product that I can use on myself and my kids and my family to help us to stay as healthy as we can. One of the best ways, if you had to say to me, Felicia, give me one thing that I should incorporate into my daily routine because I can't do it all at once, what would it be? I would say Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is one of the amazing puree juices that Young Living produces. It's made with goji berries, but they're called the wolf berries out of China, and it's named Ningxia because of the province in China where it is. The people that live there have lived for centuries, and they contribute their long life to this wolf berry, which is full of antioxidants. And there are studies out there that show that the antioxidants that we have in our body are equal to how long we will live. So the more antioxidants we have, which is the same thing. This isn't new. We've heard eat your blueberries, eat your raspberries, eat your blackberries because it's high in antioxidants, because antioxidants get rid of free radicals in your body. So it gets rid of those precancerous cells and all these other type of cells that you don't want to have in your body. But if you have a high amount of antioxidants in your body, you reduce all of those things from happening. So it's a really good all-around body support to include in your daily life. My kids get a shot of it every morning, and it's good. It has some vitamin B's in it, so good for energy. It has some other fruits inside of there. They're great. They're still great for your blood sugar because it's all natural. It is a one-stop shop if you had to start somewhere. With my oils for calming and emotions, I would say to people to add Ningxia first, and then I love to walk with people through the journey and help them to develop their own 4-month or 5-month plan that we can say, let's add these things in over time, because it is a lifestyle. In being intentional doesn't just start with being intentional, it's being intentional. It may then add to journaling. It may then add to changing the diet. And it's a journey that we walk together to help us to take care of ourselves better and protect ourselves, because there's a lot of disease out there.
There is. I mean, I think I came to you out of desperation for oils when I was going through menopause, to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was sandalwood and lavender. And then I added the progesterone. Mm-hmm. And they really, really did help. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
but it took a while.
It took.
Yeah, it wasn't like taking a sleeping tablet.
No. And I didn't wake up with a hangover either.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't have a drugging effect. It's a natural calming thing that's going to work at a cellular level to help your body to fix why you're not sleeping, so that you can sleep naturally on your own.
Yeah, it took some time, and I know it works because I have a little dog, mm-hmm. a little Frenchie, and he has more energy than I don't know who, like an energetic bunny. And I put lavender on him when he's wigging out, mm-hmm. and he calms right down. Mm-hmm. All right. And I know it works. It mm-hmm. works on me. So I just bring that up to say that I do believe in these products. And it is a journey, because when you started, you talked about the supplements, and then you talked about a household project. And I was cussing in my head. Where the hell is she going with this? Well, there was another word too. But now we don't use, because of the dogs, we don't use, we use
the harsh chemicals anymore.
We use Thieves on the floor and lemon. So when we mop,
you don't have to worry. There's no thoughts of what the harm it's doing. And you know what? Many people don't even think. People love their animals. And so many people don't even think about the fact that when you're mopping your floor and it's got pine soil and bleach and Clorox and those kind of things on it, that the residue effects of that is there. And when your dog walks over it and lies on it and then licks themselves, they're licking in small amounts of this chemical into their body. But no one thinks about that. Like, you really need to be mindful. But even worse, the babies that are crawling on the floor after that, same thing. Yes, it's dry, but the residue, you can always take a glove and wipe afterwards, and you can't tell me, anyone tells me they don't see it, I don't believe them, because you can see it. It's always there, that film. Why not swap it out for something that's non-harsh, no harsh chemicals that are going to do any damage in that regards, that are clean and refreshing? And the good thing with Thieves, it's actually helping your body, because as you breathe it in, you're getting good stuff, not bad. It's amazing.
Talk about quickly, we got 4 minutes. Talk quickly about the Thieves story. I mean,
Thieves. So Thieves came about. Young Living does essential oils that are singular and blends. Thieves is a blend of oils that Gary Young put together. And the reason he ended up putting it together is back when there was the plague, everyone was getting sick with the plague, including the doctors, the nurses, the family members. Anyone that came in contact with someone got the plague. But there were these robbers or thieves that were robbing the graves. They would go to the house after a person died and rob it, and they weren't dying. And they would go to the grave and rob it because, they still bury people with stuff, and they wouldn't get sick. So when they finally caught up with these thieves, they said to them, for a reduced sentence, tell us what it was that you have, why it is that you guys are able to beat this plague. And basically they were spice traders, and they had the 5 spices. I can't remember them all things, like cinnamon, lemon, I'm going to say the wrong thing. Anyway, 5 particular spices that was what was on them all the time, that they had made, that they would, have in their person, that allowed them to build their immunity, that they didn't get sick. So Gary Young, using that philosophy, put together this blend using the same 5 spices in the essential oils. And that's what makes Thieves. So Thieves is a natural thing that's great for supporting the immune system, getting rid of, there are stories of it getting back mold. There are just, there's lots of good things with it. So whenever my sinuses act up, that's what I use for my purposes. And I find that it works amazing to keep my sinuses at bay. I haven't had to take Nasonex or Singulair or any of those things in 4 years of using essential oils. I'm still trying to get my children to swallow capsules so I can get them to take it the way I take it, to really knock theirs into gear, but that's not happened yet. I do rub it on the bottom of their feet and stuff, but I found that ingesting really works, and I can't get them yet, but we'll get there. They do take a drop on their Ningxia every morning, but Thieves is amazing. And then from that same line, they made the Thieves cleaning products. So you have the laundry soap, the dishwashing, the floor, the multi-purpose house cleaner. And then I also use it and spray it on my air vents, because it's great to prevent the mold from building up inside of my air vents. So every time I change my little sheet, whatever, we spray that with Thieves. And then that way the AC is being filtered through there, and it helps to keep my LC a little bit clearer and cleaner as well.
Okay. Well, again, I hope you the audience is hearing that it is a journey. It is a process. You don't expect people to sign up from the kit to the supplements to the household cleaning. It takes time. And one thing I love about this group is it's not just about setting you and forgetting you. It is, they have classes every night. In fact, they're having one today.
One starts at 7:30 about building the immune system during this current COVID time.
Yes. I mean, what's it, 4 nights a week you have classes?
I think it's at least 3, sometimes 4.
Yeah. I mean, so it's not it's not just about setting you and forgetting you. And I can call Felicia anytime.
Yes.
Or WhatsApp her, and within hours I have an answer. So, and it's total support.
Yeah. We are a family, and it takes a family, just like it takes a village. But I think as we work together, we all learn. I learn new things from Tara all the time. She uses something different for that. That one works, that one doesn't. We just learn together. We continue to do our research. We continue to educate and support. And then as a family, we will be a healthier world. That is our goal.
Okay. Well, we have a couple of minutes left.
So anyone basically that's interested, I mean, I'm thankful that Tara invited me on this show, as she always does, and there's so much to tell you that it never feels to be long enough. So if you're ever interested to hear more about emotion class, let us know. We can always do one for you via Zoom or do one at your house or someone's house if they're interested. And if you're really interested in helping your whole health and wellness, I really encourage you getting in touch with me. Tara can get it to me, and we will do a body assessment scan form with them, and then that way we can tailor what you would need for your body to really try and change and reach your overall health and wellness goal. You'll get me joining with you on that journey.
Hello, and thank you all for listening to For the Health of It. We are moving you to the life you want. Bye for now.
When you need a bleach to make your scene clean, get Chlorado Bleach for the ultimate white and the ultimate clean. Chlorado Clean is always seen.
The ultimate clean is a Chlorado Clean.
The Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, CICSA, is an association that brings all government employees together at the workplace, social events, and in matters of concern common to all civil servants. For more information on how you can become a member or to read our story, visit us on www.cicsa.ky or on facebook.com/cicsa.ky. CICSA, connecting, informing, and engaging our membership.
Refilling and transferring your prescriptions have never been this easy. Simply go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and follow the easy directions from your desktop, mobile device, or tablet. All you need to do is pop into Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor to collect your prescription. They're open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 till 6 on Sundays and public holidays. No waiting in line, no wasting your lunch hour, no stress. Just easy online prescription refills and transfers from the pharmacy that has been caring about your health for 25 years. Call 947-8900 to speak to a pharmacist or go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and make life easy.
For the Health of It, Radio Cayman's premier health show is brought to you by
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years.
the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association.
Chlorado Bleach. Mildew, no problem. Stains, no problem. Whites, no problem. Sanitary cleaning, no problem. Chlorado Bleach has got you covered. Available at Foster's Food Fair in 2 liters and 1 gallon sizes. Pick up a bottle today.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush. For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
You are listening to Radio Cayman.